Welcome to a brand new episode of The Founder. I'm Tarushi Peries and today we are at our venue sponsor, the office Colombo. On today's episode, we have with us Dilrukshi Perera. Hi Dilrukshi, how are you doing today?
I am fabulous, thank you. How are you doing?
I am doing fine too. So talk to me a little bit about yourself and about your brand Melchiah.
Okay, so about me, I used to do an entirely different job before. I used to fly for Sri Lanka for a while and then Emirates Airlines for a while. And I wanted to come home. So I had to start something because I was not ready to work for someone else coming back. So I started my brand called Melchiah Linen because I saw a vacuum for quality bed linen in Sri Lanka. Also traveling around the world, I guess I developed a passion for it. I think I had a little bit of, in my bone when I was little. But looking at all the good brands, quality, designs, I developed a passion for it. And also I saw this vacuum in Sri Lanka for good quality linen. And that inspired me most, I would say, even to step into it.
So talk to me a little bit about what was your inspiration, what inspired you to start this?
Inspiration actually would have been giving something back to the society. Well, I've been employed all my life, but I wanted to become an employer so that I can create jobs. Also, I started a children's project a few years ago, so I had to fund it as well. So we fully fund it through our business. So these things inspired me to start a brand, and also I realized that lots of people just go to a shop and just buy whatever is on a shelf.
What they just see there.
They just see. They don't have a choice, But I wanted to just break that market and create a market where people would want to buy what they want. Not whatever is on a shelf.
Like their own choice.
Their own colors, their own designs, whether it's personalized, because we do a lot of personalized stuff.
There are so many people who want to start their own business. They have great ideas, but they're not able to practice it. So how were you able to do it? What helped you get through that?
I guess first thing, you have to find something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, true.
Second is your commitment. So I think that is a really good combination. It gels very well. So when you put your heart and soul into it, when you have a passion for it, when you have a commitment, I think things do fall into place. It's not easy, but there's so much you can learn through internet. You have people around you who can inspire you with ideas, step by step, you just need to keep baby steps. Idea is good, but you have to also look at something workable, whether you can create a market for it, whether you can sustain it.
Starting a business is not always a smooth run, right? You always have a bump here and there. So talk to me about the challenges you faced and how you overcome them.
Well, bump here and there, no, there are lots of bumps. Very challenging, especially for someone like me who came from an entirely different background. Yes, and no one in my family has done a business, so I was the first one. Lots of challenges. I think my biggest challenge was leaving a really good job, which I love, to start all over again, after so many years. That was my biggest challenge. And also, I think there are lots of, so when I told even my family that I want to start a big business, they just kind of looked at each other, they didn't say anything, but it's just that people really, can you do it? Do you want to do it?
They were unsure about it.
They were not sure, So they haven't even heard of anybody in our family doing a business. So one thing is
surprising for them.
It's surprising, and to win them over, to trust them that you can do it. And the other thing is like how to source things, find people to work for you, find the raw material, because it has to be a consistent thing, because you can't just do it for 3 months and then just drop it.
It has to be a permanent
thing. Financially, because when you're starting a business, like hardly really people want to, even the institutions want to help you. So and fear of failing, fear of not being able to pay salaries, fear of even the economic situation in the country is very fragile. So lots of uncertainties when you start it. It's
starting a business. It comes with a risk, basically.
Big risk.
Yeah. So people have different marketing strategies, right? Like word of mouth, social media. What was your one? What were you most comfortable with?
Okay, so I believe in social media. There's no doubt about it. But I think sometimes I'm a bit old school. So I think my biggest marketing strategy is word of mouth, and I so believe in it. Because it's not just word of mouth, it's also people's experience and testimony regarding your product. The trust that we have built
in people.
We started with bed linen, luxury bed linen, but we moved on to like bath linen, bedding, like pillows and duvets, and into curtaining as well. So we have a whole range of things where somebody would want to have in their house, and we do a lot of personalized stuff. I think that's a way of marketing as well, because
a unique thing. Throughout your business, obviously you had to make decisions, right? So what was the biggest and the hardest decision you made?
Hardest decision was my decision to come back home, leaving my really good job, which I really enjoyed. It was very tough because of uncertainties, and you're coming to like a brand new market, emerging market. You're trying to fill a vacuum that was there. Also, like fear of failing and things like that. It was tough, because you're going to start all over again, and you don't even know how long you will sustain in your business. So giving up something like that, like so big and coming for something that I have to start all over again, and also with the passions, it was tough. It was tough.
So talk to me a bit about like the financing. Was it easy, or like how did you get your capital to start this?
So fortunately, I was still doing my job when I first started. So I gave it a year until I decided to come back home. Just collecting a little bit of money, buying one machine, then buying the other. So that's
it's
how
a slow start.
Slow and steady wins the race, right? So that's how we started. But later on, when I had to give bank guarantees and things like that, this amazing bank helped me through. So I work with them now, and it's not easy, but it's doable.
Their support was helpful for you.
Yes, absolutely.
What's your biggest frustration?
I guess in Sri Lanka, it's about working on time. It's very difficult. For
punctuality.
Punctuality is like it's like people have not heard of it. It was very frustrating because I came from a very airline background, and we did everything on time. And coming here, when people tell me like 10 o'clock and they come like at 5, it just frustrates me. Other than that, there are little things, but I think it's a learning curve and it's a process. Yes.
So tell me, like, have you ever, have you ever failed before being successful? Like,
Well, I have failed many times, but I've never done a business.
Yeah.
So
It's a first time thing.
First time thing. But 7 years, I think
pull through.
Yeah, pull through.
So, like, tell me, what motivates you? You know, let's say, okay, let's go, let's start the day today. What's that motivation for you to get out of bed in the morning?
Well, quite a few things. I believe like if you love what you're doing, you just don't feel like you're working. So I think first of all, I'm passionate about my product. Also, it's my commitment, and both you don't really have a choice. You just have to choose on that day. Every day you choose to wake up and start doing your work, because my commitment to my staff, my customers is like far more greater than me being like, let's not
Do this today,
don't do this today. I can always do it tomorrow. I'm someone who I don't postpone. If I have to do it today, I will. Yeah,
it has to be done.
It's tough sometimes. You just don't.
But
you just
have to
pull
make
yourself
that
through. But when you have that commitment, and when you have a commitment to other people, I think it's you just make a choice every morning to do what you do.
Talk to me a little bit about Melchiah. Like, what is Melchiah? Like, tell me about your product, the qualities of it, and all of it.
Right. So our main product, we started with bed linen, with luxury bed linen, and then we moved to like bath and bedding and then curtaining. And then in the meantime, simultaneously, we realized that we have also such a good market for gift items. So we started personalizing, like say you have a wedding, you just send me the card and I can do something to match the card on the linen or bath towels or something. And then we do like a beautiful gift wrapping. So and also I must tell you, like whatever that goes in our box is made in Sri Lanka, which I'm so proud of. And that's actually one thing that inspired me too. Because quality linen, you can buy it from every other part of the world, and people do fly around and then they buy their linen. But I just wanted to show, look, we have either a better product or something in par with it. So so that's how we started from one thing to another, which is all connected.
So tell me, if you were not, you told me that you were doing something before this. You were in the airline industry. Tell me, like, if you were not doing both of those, what you're doing now and what you did before, is there something you would like to do?
Oh, I can't think of anything else other than these two. If I wasn't doing this, I think I would have been flying. Yeah.
So now that you are, your own boss, will you be comfortable working under someone else? I mean, you have done that before, but now that you are your own boss, like, would you be comfortable?
No, I don't think so.
No. If you were to have dinner with a founder, who would that be and why?
It would be Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Why? Because I really like his principles of how he manages his business, and especially with regards to employees. I love the way he his balance as a boss and as a team player in his company. So I've read a bit about him, and also he says if you take care of the employees will take care of you, and that really stuck on me like few years ago. And I've followed lots of things that he says, and also I love the fact that he dreams so big. So I think I will. And the fact that he's. We were in the same industry, so we will have a lot to talk, and so lots of things I could learn from him. Yes.
So, like, do you have advice to give? Someone who is starting a new business and who is a bit stuck with no advice. What's the advice you would like to give them?
I would really love to tell people, don't choose just anything. It's actually not about what you do, it's about why you do. So if you find the why in what you're doing, then there is automatically a passion. Look for something that you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate about something, you will not give up.
Yeah.
And especially as an entrepreneur, you just can't wake up one morning and say, look, I'm done. I can't do that. So
You have to keep pushing.
you have to keep pushing. So I think the main factor that keeps you pushing is your passion for what you do.
Definitely.
Advice, I think internet is like a one big university. If you want to go and look for things, there's so much you can learn. And always listen to people. Not that necessarily you need to do what other people say, but you can make your own thought process, opinions about things.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process. Yeah.
It was really nice talking to you, Dilrukshi. That was Dilrukshi. Do go check out Melchiah Linen and see what they have in store for you. Stay tuned for another episode of The Founder.
Let's begin.